began with a goal and ended with a whisper. April 27, 2025, Anfield. Diogo Jota scored in the 62nd minute. A sharp finish into the bottom corner. Arms outstretched, eyes lifted to the heavens. The crowd roared, and no one knew that would be his final goal in club football. And just weeks later, May 10, 2025, Diogo Jota stepped up for Portugal in the UEFA Nations League final. Tied with Spain, penalties, nerves of steel, he slotted his shot with quiet determination. Portugal lifted the trophy. 2 matches, 2 goals, 2 farewells. What the world didn't know was that it had just watched a footballer write the final lines of his story. This is not just a tribute. It is a celebration of a man who gave everything and left too soon. Diogo Jota, warrior, teammate, husband, father, legend. Born on December 4, 1996, in Massarelos, Portugal, Diogo José Teixeira da Silva was no ordinary child. Raised in a working-class family, young Diogo wasn't drawn to the spotlight. He was drawn to the ball. As a boy, he played in the alleys of Porto, breaking laces and neighborhood windows. His first club was Gondomar SC. Coaches saw a boy with relentless energy, control beyond his years, and, above all, humility. He didn't just dream of football. He trained like someone chasing it every minute. His parents recall him juggling oranges in the kitchen, practicing headers with balloons, staying out until the sun disappeared. At 16, he joined Pacos de Ferreira's youth system. There, he began shaping his style: intelligent runs, explosive pace, sharp finishing. He was dubbed O Miúdo Silencioso, the quiet kid, but his feet were making all the noise. Diogo Jota debuted for Paco's senior team in 2014. At just 17, he didn't just blend in, he stood out. In 2015, he scored 14 goals and caught the eye of scouts across Europe. Atletico Madrid signed him, but it was at Wolverhampton Wanderers under Nuno Espirito Santo where he found his rhythm. Wolves fans remember his iconic hat-trick against Leicester, the way he drove through defenders like a flame through paper. Then came the move that changed everything: Liverpool. Under Jurgen Klopp, Diogo Jota didn't just compete, he conquered. A debut goal against Arsenal, Champions League braces, dramatic winners. He became a cop favorite. In every match, he played like a man proving a point. And in truth, he was away from the roaring stadiums and flashing lights. Diogo Jota was a man of quiet grace. To his wife, Ruth Cardoso, he was more than a footballer, he was her anchor. To his son, he was a hero not because of trophies, but bedtime stories and piggyback rides. He loved gaming. Streaming FIFA with fans wasn't a publicity stunt. It was joy. He laughed like a child when he won, and even more when he lost. Those close to him speak of his warmth. Diogo Jota remembered names, not just teammates, but the groundskeeper, the security guard, the tea lady at Melwood. He spoke to them all with the same respect. Once, a young cancer patient in Lisbon wished to meet her idol. Diogo Jota flew down privately the next day. No press, no cameras. Just a hug, a smile, and the signed jersey she held when she later rang the bell. Football at its core is storytelling, and Diogo Jota told unforgettable stories. His outside-the-box stunner against Arsenal, that header against Inter Milan that defied physics, his dramatic brace against Spurs in the dying minutes. These weren't just goals, they were moments etched into footballing memory. He was instinctive, a master of the near-post run, a ghost in the box. Klopp once said, "When Diogo Jota is on the pitch, the game changes." Period. Fans chanted his name not because he asked for it, but because he earned it. Every celebration, the hands outstretched, the calm eyes, it said, "I'm here, I'm ready," and he always was. April 27, 2025, Liverpool versus Brighton. Under the fresh leadership of Arne Slot, Anfield pulsed with expectation and hope. Jota, wearing the iconic number 20, looked more than ready. In the 62nd minute, a precise through ball sliced the defense. Diogo Jota took one touch and struck with surgical precision into the bottom corner. The cop erupted. In that moment, Diogo Jota raised his arms toward the stands, a silent acknowledgement that resonated deeper than applause. Subbed off in the 78th minute, he received a firm handshake and quiet words from Slot. He waved to the crowd, tears glistening in his eyes, a farewell no one realized at the time. Little did anyone know, that was Diogo Jota's final performance for Liverpool. That goal, that moment, became a timeless goodbye. Just weeks before his passing, Diogo Jota was called up for the UEFA Nations League finals with Portugal. In the final against Spain, it was tied after 120 minutes. Penalties loomed. Diogo Jota stepped up third. Calm, controlled, he slotted it in. The crowd held its breath, then erupted. Portugal went on to win 5-3. That was his final game, his final kick as a footballer. A fitting goodbye for a man who had always delivered in silence, in composure, in class. Teammates embraced him with tears. He held the trophy with pride. A quiet farewell, delivered with golden boots. When the news broke, there was disbelief, denial. Across the world, clubs held minutes of silence. Thousands gathered outside Anfield, Lisbon, and Porto. Children wept, not fully understanding why their hero wouldn't return. Legends like Messi, Ronaldo, and Sulla posted tributes. And just like that, the football world stood united, not in rivalry, but in remembrance. In Portugal, they call him the Quiet General. In England, the finisher, but to fans he was simply Diogo. His influence transcended club colors. Young kids mimic his goal celebrations. Coaches show clips of his movement to teach awareness. His humility became the gold standard, and his legacy, eternal. So we say goodbye, not with tears, but with fire. The fire he gave to the game, to life, to love. One day, when we speak of passion, of loyalty, of the game's best, his name will be there. And when you see a number 20 dancing through defenders or a humble striker applauding the crowd, remember him. Remember Diogo Jota, because legends never die. They echo, and you will never walk alone.